Hey, welcome to Pokemon Go Ahead. I'm Alex Gum, aka Cheekley, and we're going to cover a lot of stuff that's happening this week and next week. But before we do, we need to talk about the Pokemon Horizons event because I didn't do a vlog or a short, but we did get a shiny Pikachu with a captain's hat, which is arguably one of the rarest Pikachu costumes there is. And we did hatch some eggs, but we only got one Charcadet. So we're going to decide if we want to evolve it into Armarouge or Zarude. The second thing I want to talk about is Litten Community Day because that is this Saturday, March 16th. And if you haven't seen my short or any videos, we are going to be heading to Islewild Park in Reno from 2 to 5 p.m. for a meetup where we're not only going to get shiny Litten, but we are going to hit level 50. It will happen, so don't miss out on that. So before we talk about the other events that are happening this week and next week in Pokemon Go, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell and let me know in the comments below which event are you excited for. I think this first one is an interesting one. It's called Weather Week. Weather Week is going to be this Thursday, March 14th at 10 a.m. through Monday, March 18th at 8 p.m. local time. There's going to be different Pokemon spawning depending on the weather condition. There's going to be a bunch of Catch Stardust bonuses and an increased chance of gaining a shiny cast form depending on the form that it's in a certain weather conditions. So snow for the snowy form, sunny for the sunny form, rain, and then just regular for the regular. So if you need a shiny cast form, you better hope that it's snowing or raining or super bright if you want those exclusive forms in their shinies. And if it's not, at least there's field research. We don't know what the research is quite yet as I'm recording, but those are some of the general ideas for what's happening during Weather Week. You can check out more details down in the link description on the Pokemon Go Live blog post. We have a Primal Kyogre Raid Day on St. Patrick's Day, 2 to 5 p.m., which is March 17th. And then March 23rd, it's going to be a Primal Groudon Raid Day. The bonuses and the features are pretty much the same, except the different Primal forms are having their own days. So in general, you get an increased chance of like getting a shiny. You also get some reversion energy. You can also get up to 20 remote raids on each of those days. And not to mention that Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre are two of the strongest Pokemon out of all of their typings. So like it's great for water and the other one's great for ground. And when they're in their primal forms, they could also benefit the weather conditions. So for Primal Kyogre, you can use bug, electric, or water types and they will be boosted. Same for Groudon, but when it's in its primal form, it's gonna be fire, ground, and grass. So definitely worth the shot to go after these if you want a good IV or even a Shundo, because they are arguably amazing. And finally, the most recent event that has been announced, this is the one I wanted to spend time with the most because not only there's some good stuff, but there's also some other things that we need to discuss. This is the Verdant Wonders event. This is going to be on Thursday, March 21st through Monday, March 25th. And it's going to feature Zarude, which is returning to Pokemon Go. Last time we saw Zarude was during the Secrets of the Jungle promotion event in 2020. It was like for a Netflix series movie that featured Zarude. And we only got one encounter and we've never seen it ever since until now. And it's only going to be from a paid time research that costs $8. Is it worth it? We'll talk about that in a second. But what are some features and what Pokemon are going to be spawning? Well, let's talk about the wild encounters. We have Flabébé that's going to be spawning, and the red, blue, and yellow flowers are going to be regional locked like always. They're not going to release them globally, unfortunately. But here are the other following Pokemon that can spawn. We have Bulbasaur, Oddish, Tangela, Hoppip, Poochyena, Nuzleaf, Shroomish, Cottony with a flower crown. Don't know why it needs it, but it has it. We also have red, blue, and yellow flower Flabébé, depending where you are. If you are in the Europe or Middle East or Africa regions, you get the red flower. If you're in the Asia Pacific region, you're going to get the blue one. And if you're in the Americas, you're going to encounter the yellow one. Also, I should mention that Flabébé can be shiny, so that's also another thing. You should definitely try to shiny hunt for whichever Flabébé you want. I think because GoFest is coming up pretty soon, this is kind of like a trade bait, especially if you're going to different places and stuff and you want to trade. Also, Cutiefly is going to be spawning. That's another exclusive shiny that came out during the Dazzling Dream event. And also some rare spawns. Some encounters may include Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour, which are 3 regional monkeys that are spawning globally. They're not regional locked, they're going to be globally for this period of time. Zorua, which is a rare shiny to go after. So make sure you have a buddy Pokemon that doesn't really normally spawn in the wild, like a shiny or a legendary. because then you can easily spot for the Zarude. And finally, white and orange Flabébés, which are the only 2 Flabébés that will spawn globally. And just like those other 3, they can be shiny. I should also mention, if you decide to buy the $8 ticket to get a Zarude, you also get increased spawns from an incense, not the daily incense, but from a regular incense. They include Panpour, Pansage, Pansear, Cutie Fly, all 5 Flabébés, mentioning that the orange and the white ones are going to be more difficult to find despite being global. And you also get a Cockney with the Flower Crown and Zarude. So if you decide to pay $8, you're also getting some additional spawns increase from incense, not the daily, incense specifically. There's also going to be some field research tasks that are going to be themed around some other Pokemon, like the 3 monkeys, Cockney with the Flower Crown, and more. And also there's going to be some collection challenges you can complete to get some XP and an encounter with a Cockney wearing a Flower Crown. So the big question is an $8 time research ticket for a Zarude worth it? Well, it's kind of up to you. For number 1, it's not a very common mythical. It's probably never going to be in raids, and it may not come back for another, let's say, 4 to 5 years if this game is still around. So I would say Zarude is going to be a very rare Pokemon. Not only that, it is one of the top grass types attackers. So if you have a better grass type than Zarude, you might not want to. If you already got Zarude in 2020, you may not care for it unless you need better IVs comparing to whichever one you have, because I'm pretty sure you don't want a 2-star Zarude. You want to try to get the hundo or at least a good 3-star. It also kind of depends if you really care about the Pokemon. It also really depends on what other rewards it gives you. It says it will give you other rewards including encounters of grass and dark types, but we don't know exactly what they are quite yet. So honestly, it's kind of like up to you. I'm gonna do so just for content, but it's highly up to you if you want to spend $8 on a Zarude. And you might most likely want it because you probably missed out on it for the 2020 event where you can only log into the game to get the special research. So if you missed out on that, this may be a little bit of a challenge to try to scrap $8, but I mean, it depends how bad you want it. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are gonna be heading to Reno at Idlewild Park this Saturday, 2 to 5 p.m., where we're not only going to play Litten Community Day, we will, and I mean not if, we will hit level 50. So if you want to see me hit level 50, be there or be square. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.